Hi guys, how you doing? This is Eve Abdul, and today's topic will be talking about fighting games and why they're such great hobbies. Now, I want to clarify, before I begin, I'm in no way or shape or form a pro player or specialist. I'm just an average person in the FGC like anyone else. I just want to share this video because I'm in love with the genre. I love this genre. Okay, so the first thing I really want to get into is building the connections. Having from my personal experience, I've built so many connections just through fighting games, it's not even funny. And the amount of fighting games that came out within like the past 10 years or so have really changed how things go for me. Because I'll just rather stick to an anime fighter, or I'll stick to something more traditional like Street Fighter, even though I have been kind of guilty of only playing the 6th game, but we're not going to get into that. Anyway, so the anime fighting game genre is also one of my absolute favorites because my current game that I normally play all the time is Guilty Gear Strive. I absolutely love Guilty Gear Strive. Yes, I am a chip main, and you can't stop me. I can tell you from the amount of times that I've played like every fighting game, I've made a lot of friends. Like I made so many friends, it's ridiculous, really. And they're all from like all over. They're all over the place, like all over the world. And my thing is having that kind of connection is a really great feeling. And they not even only just like play the game with me, they also like teach me things. Obviously, not every single person is going to be the best, but you got some people that are under the best, and you got people that are even under those people. So I'm kind of like that person that's like in the advanced intermediate, but like not too advanced to the point where I'm like getting great ratings in like a tournament. So I kind of just stick in like my little bubble, but at the same time I do ask questions and I do push myself to even do better. Overall, probably one of the best things. Now, local tournaments are another thing. If you go to a local, right, and you really like playing the game, that's great. That's already enough. That's half of what you're already like doing, you know? That's a great thing. And you're going there and you're testing the things that you like, well, not even testing the things you like, but testing the things that you know against another person. And say you do lose. It's not the end of the world. You obviously have another chance, right? You can come back another time. And if you mess up that time, you can pick it up another time. And in the midst of like playing online and having friends online, you're gonna have friends at the local. You're gonna find like your tribe. You're gonna find those people that you belong with. They help you and they share the experience of passion of fighting games. Like that hype is just amazing. I remember I asked the person, hey, how often do you normally practice? And considering the fact, because, you know, she still works a full-time job, so I go in at least like 25 to 30 minutes a day. And then I'll play something, which I didn't really understand. Coming from 2018 me, when I was like introduced heavily into Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? Which was like my first competitive fighting game. I definitely didn't know what to do. And when he told me that, I was wondering like, how did he sit here for 30 minutes and play this? How did he just do this alone? So me being me, I decided to be like, all right, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna go online. I'll learn from online. Probably one of the worst mistakes to ever do. But you will learn from it, because obviously I learned from it. And learning from that experience made me a better player. And having to take heed in what he was telling me, 25 to 30 minutes a day in a lab, good. That's good. Now, if you got people who go for like an hour or more, which I've done at least an hour before. When I'm really locked in, I've done an hour before. And it's crazy the amount of time and things that you get to see when you know how to play the character enough, and you just test things out. You test them here, you test them there, and it's okay. You're picking up new skills. You're picking up new skills as you go, and that's amazing, because guess what? One person that you're going to play against eventually, whether it be online or in a tournament, or just even with one of your friends, they're going to be like, wait a minute, how did you do that? Where'd you learn this? And they're like, oh, he's been practicing. Yeah, I've been practicing. Guess what? I learned something new for you. So that's one of the things that's with the competitive edge and having to build your community, or even build with the community of friends, and they go with you and you experience these great things, right? Now, the other thing with the competitive edge, like I said earlier,
That's so sick. Oi, what he's doing? Oh, they got him! Don't stay on the ground! Margin! Time is exploding!
the thrill of the match. Oh my goodness. The rush of facing off against another player is absolutely amazing. There's literally no other feeling to describe it. There's no words to really describe how to put that into words. It just happens. It really just happens. And it's one of those things where it's in the moment and your body just happens to react. And sometimes you're not going to react. It's okay. Your body's going to react to things, and sometimes your body's not going to react to things. It's going to happen mid-set. It's all right. It's okay. And what I mean by mid-set, it's going to happen in the match. Whatever you do, it's going to happen in the match. And for any new players out there that are interested in any fighting games, I kid you not, I guarantee you, if you try a fighting game for a week, right? Try it for a week. When you play it for a week, I want you to do these things. Number one, I want you to at least practice for 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes. Any information that you can look up or that's given to you in the game, take it, because it's gonna help you. Take those 10 minutes to understand and do what you gotta do, and then try fighting in a very, very low setting. You're gonna go online and you're gonna do these things and you're gonna have a wonderful time doing them. Guess what? You're gonna fight someone that's just like you, probably doesn't know how to play the game. That's how the game's gonna initially start you out. That's how every game that you play online starts you out. So that alone is gonna help you. Just doing that for a week straight, you're eventually gonna get some type of progress. It's going to happen. You're gonna get some type of progress, regardless if it's very little or it's a lot. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. You're gonna make progress. But you're gonna come to a point where you're gonna be like, all right, well, I already learned how to do everything, and you're not gonna be satisfied. And now, when you get to things like combos and execution, that's when the game starts getting more challenging. You can do one of those things and it'll take you 30 minutes, right? Next thing you know, it's an hour. Next thing you know, it's an hour 30, 2 hours, and so on and so forth. It takes a long time to get execution down. It's not something that you get overnight. And it's not even just with like one thing. It can be with multiple things. And it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. I'm gonna keep telling you this. It's bound to happen. You have to just let it happen. It's all right. Relax. Calm down. Simmer down. It's gonna be good. Because in the long run, after you're doing all of this, it's gonna count for something. You're gonna have these new strategies in your head. You're gonna put yourself out there in a way you've never seen before or never thought of doing before. And it's great. It's honestly great. Now, the pursuit of perfection, in terms of getting those things down, like execution, movement, and mastering the mechanics of the game, such things like that, is there, but you don't know it. In my personal view, it's one of those things that's going to be there, but you don't know it. It's always been there, and it's always been inside you. The amount of things that come good with this, as a hobby alone, is, like I said, you're going to places, traveling. One of the best things you can ever do. That's amazing. I love traveling. And it can even be from like one town to another town. It doesn't even have to be that serious. Because for me personally, it's all about like the experience of the day or of like in that time of the event versus the event itself. You know, what do you call it? It's the journey, not the destination. It's quite literally it. You're learning all these new skills. You're going to a place rather far or close, and you're doing it, and you're doing everything that you love to do in a place where everyone else loves to do. And that's what the fighting game community normally is. It's all for the sake of the love of the game. I put myself in the perspective as a new person, like to the fighting game community, and I sat down, I spectated the entire tournament, and I was like, wow, these guys are going at it. Like, it's amazing to sit down and actually just watch. watch how the advancement of like somebody really can just go on stage and play the way they play and just keep going and make more and more crazy hype of like moments. Those kinds of things are memories that are gonna last. Regardless if the event is big or small, you're gonna see people and you're gonna definitely ask them more questions, rather regardless if they're big in the community or very little in the community. It's amazing. They'll answer your questions as long as you pull them aside politely and ask them a couple of questions. Rather you just watch them on main stage or just watch them play in a pool or just play against someone really fast. It's fine. They'll answer your question. My time commentating was actually really, really fun. I put myself in different perspectives personally because I want to see what other people think. I want to think how other people think, especially people that are new, because I love pushing out fighting games to newer people that are even slightly interested. All you gotta do is really just try it out and give them the right way to look, guide them, help them. That's what you're going to be there for. That's how you grow the community. But I remember having to commentate, and I remember doing that job, and I had the most absolute fun just talking about the game. So I'm not playing it, I'm talking about it. And I was talking about it for a while. Now it's me and the other person, we're going back and forth. And mind you, I've done commentary at least maybe 2 to 3 times professionally. So it was nice. It was absolutely pretty good. My experience in doing that is probably like one of the best things I've ever done. And on top of that, my mom was really happy. Shout out, Mom. I want to shout out the Cosmonaut Variety Hour, right? Because he has a video on YouTube that explains what it's like to be in a tournament. It's great. It's like an anime arc. It's like your typical tournament arc. He put it into a great perspective, where just like where that's pretty much what everyone's doing. I didn't think anyone else would put it in perspective like that, but literally each tournament that you go to is like an arc, a story arc for you. You get character development, and within, rather it's you or someone else, you get to see amazing fights, and it's just great. What an overall great experience. I can't say anything that's like even topping that. Good characters are definitely something that matter because they resonate with your persona almost. That's how I think of it. I have character personas that I portray, and I put them out, and that's who I play as. And that's kind of who I represent. There's nothing better than hand-to-hand combat, in my eyes. I just love it. I grew up on watching like a lot of martial arts movies, and just the art of combat itself is amazing. It was stunning to me, and for me, it didn't help that I already was like an anime fan, or I am an anime fan still. But growing up, I was already an anime fan and a martial artist fan, so like I was just like, wow, fighting games are perfect for me. Literally perfect for me, because if I don't have a character to represent this, then I have a character to represent that, so on and so forth. And it's really, really interesting how that can happen. Really interesting how that can happen. Overall, give fighting games a try. I think that you really like it. You would enjoy it. Just give them a try. It could be for 1 week to a month, if you want to take it that far. But tops maximum is 1 week, and if you really do like it, stick with it, because I promise you'll find really, really cool people. You'll find them. I promise you. Hey guys, I hope you did like the video. If there's anything that I had to like missed out, or that I accidentally like left out, please let me know down in the comments. And please be sure to stick around. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me hear what you got to say in the comments. I actually want to know your opinions on what it is like for you to play fighting games and how great of a hobby they are to you. So without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.